Good afternoon, everybody. It's Victor here at May Skateboards, and I want to talk to you about how to start your own skateboard brand. So I have 3 ways today of how you can start your skateboard brand, and one is buying boards online from eBay or somewhere, putting a graphic on there. Second one is more of a situation where you go and you get a wholesaler or somebody online that will make your boards for you, put your graphic on there. And the third way is to press your own boards. So if you have a small budget, the situation that I would go with, and this is going to cost about $500, I would say. You can go and buy boards on eBay for 90 bucks and you can get 5. Then all you need is a cool graphic, something to put on the board, a name, a font, a design, a logo, something of that sort. And you can go ahead and spray paint it with acrylic. You can put markers on it, screen print it if you have the know-how or if you have screen printing capabilities. But this way is low budget. It's really easy to get boards like that. You can get them shipped to your house, and then all you need is spray paint or some way to put a graphic on there, and then you can sell your boards. If the boards, for 5 boards, that's $90, and then you have $20 to put your graphic on, that's $110. And if you do 110 divided by 5, you're looking at, without shipping and everything else included, $22 a board. You could sell those boards for probably $30 to $40. If you sell all 5 of the boards for $30, then you get about $150 back, and that's, you know, a $30, $40 profit depending on if you sell them at 30, if you sell them at 40, and if you save all the money, then you can get you more boards and you can go and buy a little bit more on eBay or wherever you want to buy the boards from. So that's a good situation if you're on a small budget, and that's the easiest way. You buy the boards online, you put the graphic on yourself, boom, there you go. The second way is you can go through a distributor, and this requires you to go and get a business license. This requires you to go and incorporate to make your situation legal, because you need these specific numbers like an EIN and employee identification number. You know, it's free to go get an EIN. It does cost to incorporate and to get business license and permits for your city or for your county or for your state. This one is if you're on a little bit bigger budget, and I would say more like $600 to $700, depending on if you have your graphic made. If you have graphic design knowledge, if you know how to use Illustrator, if you know how to use CorelDRAW, then you're good to go. You can make your own design, and boom, there, you know, you have a design. But if you don't, on the other hand, you're gonna have to find somebody to make a design for you, and you need to make sure it's vector, and that's a word to look up. Make sure that all your designs are vector for printing. And this is important because when you send it to your person who's gonna make your boards, that's what they're gonna ask you: is this design vector? If it's not, it's gonna come out, you know, looking wonky, and it's not going to come out the way that you wanted or that you intended it. And it's not the printer's fault for you not having a good design. And so if you have to go and pay for it, I would say around $100 for a design. You know, I don't really know because I had to learn myself. I went and learned Illustrator, so I haven't really paid too many people for a design. The very first Maze graphic, I believe we paid $150, and we had some issues with that, trying to figure out how to get it vector, because I was real young at the time and didn't know anything. And so that was a situation in itself. And making sure you're working with a graphic designer who knows what they're doing. If you have any more questions, you can ask me. You can hit up May Skateboards. Okay, and then let me check my notes here. Okay, so bulk board prices, you can get 25 boards at $20, which is significantly cheaper than what you would be paying for the boards online or on eBay or something of that sort. So if you have 25 boards at $20, that comes out to $500. And I know that's a crazy amount for a person who's trying to start, but that is what it costs. And that's not shipping, and that's not everything else. So if you have a $500 total plus $100 for graphic design, but you can skip that if you know how to do graphic design, you got about a total of $600. And like I said, the budget was $600 to $700. And if you do 25 divided by 600, that's about $24 per board. You end up with a more quality board. If you don't have a quality skateboard, people are going to be wary. But these boards, I would say you could sell anywhere from 40 to 50, depending on how big of an audience you got, depending on how long you're trying to wait on selling them. In the beginning, May started selling boards at $40 a piece. We moved to $50, but it took some time. $50 wasn't the move in the beginning. $50 wasn't plausible. $50 for the market that we have wasn't gonna work, so we didn't do that. So we stayed at 40. So if you sell 25 boards at $40 a piece, that equals $1,000. You made $400 on top of your investment, about, give or take. But that's if you sell all the boards. That's if you keep the money, you save the money. If you, yeah. You got to make sure you're taking care of your finances. You got to make sure that you're saving up. You got to make sure you're keeping inventory and knowing what you have and what you don't have and taking care of business. But selling 25 boards, that's a daunting task. It's not easy. In the beginning, Maze, it took us 6 months to sell 20 boards. So just keep that in mind while you're getting into this situation. So the third way, and the best way I would say, is to go and press your own boards. You need a mold, either made out of wood or made out of concrete. That's the biggest task. You got to figure out somebody who knows how to do woodworking so they can cut you a mold from a board that you like, or you're gonna have to go and figure out a way to make a concrete mold. And the way you make a concrete mold is you have to have an uncut skateboard, a skateboard that is still square, that wasn't cut out but is shaped. You have to find one of those, and I'm not too sure of any places. I had to go and make mine. So you need that, and then you need hydraulic presses to put the mold, to be able to clamp the things together. That requires you knowing knowledge of skateboarding, shapes, concaves, wheelbase. You can put your graphic on there somehow. If you do the first setup, buy the boards on eBay and you spray paint them, you got to know how to do that so that you can put, you can make your own graphics on your board, because heat transfer is a whole nother situation that is bigger than me. I'm not doing heat transfer. I'm going to screen print the boards, which I think is a little bit better and it works out. It also requires you to have some woodworking skills. That's sanders, that's a drill press to put your holes for your skateboard, a jigsaw, or what is it called? A jigsaw or a bandsaw. And these are all equipment that these numbers are, a couple $100 to $1,000 depending on how big you want to go, how good you want to go. And then you got to buy the wood. You got to find somewhere to get the wood. That also requires you getting an EIN or a business license. There's some places where you can buy them at low quantities, but if you want to make the margins on skateboards, you got to get bulk. You have to get more than 50. You have to get more than 20 boards. You also need to have a lot of patience, a lot of time, and you're willing to mess up. You will make mistakes. That's a good way to go. It's a big task. If you want to take it on, well then go ahead and do it, because it's really fun, and it's something that it requires a group of people. It's not just you. So the first method that I told you guys, it really is. You can go online today with your debit card, buy boards from eBay, get them in, get your spray paint, make your little stencil, and you're done within, I would say, 2 weeks. The second way, it's going to take you a long time because people are ordering boards. People want to start their brands. You're not the only one, especially if you're ordering 20 boards. Nobody cares about 20 boards. They're looking to sell you 100 boards, 200, 1,000 boards. It's a waiting game in that situation, and you're at the mercy of the people who are making your boards. Now, you can skip that, order your wood, and make your own press, and press your own boards in your local community. And that's better for the reservations. I'm not saying everybody's gonna go and do that, but it would be cool if some people do and some people don't, and I want to put that information out there. And if you have more questions, holler at your boy. Let me know. Let me know if you like this video. Let me know if you want to know more about skateboarding or other business opportunities, because I'm not only in skateboarding, I've done a lot of other stuff as well at May Skateboards. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.